A total of 1,060,703 candidates are sitting for the exams this year. And like I said, we've seen huge security presence. So my question is, first of all, in regards to the education sector in this country, where would you say we are at in terms of ensuring that, you know, there's this proper education in terms of the curriculum is okay, the students are ready for the exams. So would you say that, you know, the preparation in terms of the entire education sector is on the right direction, or there's something amiss?
Okay, first of all, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of ANC Party, yes, and also the Youth League to wish all the candidates success in their exams, even though they are doing it in an environment where they feel it is not conducive enough, with the men and women who are armed to the core, in the pretense that they are protecting exams, which we believe is a good sign, but we feel that the students seem to be intimidated. For the last 30 years, there has been a consistency in the rise of exam cheating. And if you look at the statistics in 2015, it was almost at 5,000, actually 5,200 students, candidates' exams were cancelled, as compared to 2014, which is about 70%. And for the last 3 years, almost 9,000 candidates' exams have been cancelled. So it seems that the problem is not the students, because see, when you have so many police officers manning exams, then it means that you know, we are looking for small fish in terms of what we call the candidates, leaving those who are supposed to be held responsible at the neck. So as we stand, where we stand right now, I think we have improved on the measures that are taking place in terms of curbing this you know, criminal offense of cheating, but we still believe that a lot has to be done in terms of prosecution, those who are found guilty of the offense. And even today's newspaper, you've read that some exams that were being transported to Narok just went missing. So I was wondering whether it was hijacked by Al-Shabaab or something. Okay. But you see, it's something that is choreographed to put it in a situation whereby you know, the government seem not to be responsible in regards to curbing this sector. So I think a lot needs to be done, and we need to be serious in fighting cheating. All right. Yes. Okay, so you say the students are not to blame. Yes. It's not their problem. All right. Would you say you share this? Would you say you share similar sentiments as far as the students are not to blame? There seems to be a bigger problem in the sector, other than the student who, like from what he says, are just the smaller fish.
What we are seeing is just the tip of an iceberg. All right. We have a moral and ethical problem in this country as a whole. And now militarizing the exams itself is what I can call the errors of comedy. We have a problem of overdoing things and showing it off, having what we call public relations exercises. I don't think it is necessary to dispatch the whole cabinet, including the head of state, to go overseeing the exams. Now, we must ask ourselves, where does the cheating and stealing of exams start? Does it start at the school when they're sitting in the class? No. The cheating starts from when the exams are said, those who are printing the exams and those who are leaking. Actually, the exams normally bought and given the student before even the exams day. So by doing that, you are militarizing the classes with the guns and the police and everybody else is just a tip of an iceberg. You want to show that you're becoming a more serious and maybe to gain a political mileage. But the issue is that from the time we started our educational system, especially when we changed 844, then there was a problem, because the education setup that we were doing, we were gearing the children to make sure they pass the exam. We were not harnessing the talents and identifying who these children will be in the larger market once they are graduate. So that's where the problem is. And then the next thing is that we did not, there was an equality in examination. There was an equality in the schools. So the few schools that were left, the best schools that were left by our colonialists, those are the ones that we are struggling so much to make sure that we pass exam and go into them. But at the end of the day, I don't think that the extra security measures that is being put and witnessed in the place is necessary. Okay. We are not dealing with the problem at all.
All right. But now let's not forget that a few months ago there were unrests in different schools as far as cheating is concerned. They were like, you know what, you need to provide us with leakages so that we can pass examinations. And one school, for example, is Ortum Boys, where they actually burned the school because they wanted, you know, the teachers to provide, you know, some of those materials so that they can leak the exams. So would you say, in a nutshell, that, and of course that is not only the only school that had, you know, this uproar as far as we need this exam, the leakages, there are a lot. So would you say really the students are not to blame? And like you said, yes, there's the aspect of militarization where you say that there is a lot of security guys, you know, dispatched. What about in terms of the incidences that happened in different schools where the students were, you know, they were not okay with the fact that they were not provided for with the leakages of the exams?
Okay, as I said earlier, you know, this is a situation whereby the government has used of 2 billion to make sure that the exams are secure and the students are not exposed to exam materials. And as he has said, I think 5 countries have been marked as, you know, they are suspected of planning cheating. And at the same time, I think that is Meru, Kiambu, Wajir, Garissa, and some parts in Nyanza,
yes.
Which I think investigations are ongoing. But we need to ask ourselves a question. Even before we look at the measures to curb this cheating, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, why are students cheating? Okay. If you look at the report that was submitted last year, you know, students are cheating because 32% of students believe there's that poor planning of exams, and then 21% cheat because of the pressure that comes from teachers, society, peers, that they need to get good grades. And then you have this lot of about 11% that cheat because they want to go to university. Okay. They want to beat the stiff competition. And then the 8.7% cheat because poor of invigilation of exams. Right. And then there's these people who cheat because there are poor facilities in these schools. They don't have good libraries and laboratories. And then some of them also, they want to cheat because the lack of confidence. Okay. So I think you know, students are banning schools because there's that collusion between student and teachers. Teachers believe that they need to cheat so that their school can come up as the highest and the most performing in this republic.